Hello and welcome to a short video describing how to create your programming essentials with Python classes for your classes in the North Carolina high schools in the North Carolina DPI system. The first thing, you will have an instructor account in a Cisco Networking Academy. It will be probably your local academy, and as such you will have across the top here My NetAcad resources, or you will have and see I'm teaching, I'm learning. You will not have I'm managing more than likely, simply because you're not a main contact at your Cisco Academy. I have it because I'm a main contact at my academy. So once you go into My NetAcad, you'll go to I'm Teaching, and on the I'm Teaching tab, you should see probably just one academy or institution. If for some reason your school is not listed here and you know you're a Cisco Academy, click in the drop down. You'll see I'm a member of many academies because I've been in the Cisco Academy program for many years, and also I manage so much across the state of North Carolina and through the Southeast. But I've selected my academy, Stanley Community College, and I'm going to go to Create Course. So I go click Create Course. It will then pop up all the classes that I can create. Now you notice I'm not seeing the Programming Essentials in Python class, but that is because the academy being selected at this point is Stanley Community College Academy Support Center. So I just got to make sure I'm on my actual academy, in this case Stanley Community College, and now you will see, so I go down to the bottom, okay, and you could do a Control-C and just look for it, but it's going to be a partner class. It's under partner, and it says Partner PCAP, Programming Essentials in Python. So you click here, click Continue, select your language and version. Now, do not use the public campaigns. This is if you're going to actually be allowing it for in a unguided, in other words, it's a self-paced class. But we're going to be using instructor-led classes, so do not use public campaigns. Use English 1.1 or the latest English version. Now, this course ID, it just depends on what you want to use at your school. What I typically use is something that shows the semesters being used in. So if I was doing this, I would probably do Programming Essentials, okay, Fall 2020, okay, and you can put a section in here or whatever, and I just make the course ID and the course name the same. You can make them different, but there's no need to. You then see a start and an end date. Now the start and end date, the big thing here with the end date is be careful, because when the end date hits, your students will lose access to the class. So if you have that straggler, so let's imagine I'm going to run this class from June 3rd, and that September 3rd was the end date for the class itself. If that was the case, I would probably actually make the end date 1 week later, just to ensure that if I have a straggler student or whatever, and you can even go further, you can make the end date, you know, further out. Now students will still be able to access the class if you do this, but just be aware that if you make the end date the exact end date of the class, I cannot tell you the number of times I've gotten in trouble because I've done that, simply because I had a student who had an incomplete, needed to do something and turn in something a day late. So again, my strong recommendation is making it at least 1 week later than the actual end date of the class. I'll also show you later how you can change the end date as long as the class has not ended. You can put in a description if you want to. That's up to you. I don't typically do that. You then can have instructors. Now, if you have multiple instructors at your school who are teaching, this is where you can click in the drop down and add other instructors into your class. So if I wanted Brian, I'm going to put Brian in here right now. If I wanted Brian, another instructor at Stanley Community College, to be a co-instructor with me, I could put them in here. They can be added later, but you can do it at course creation. So now I'm going to click Continue. At this point, you've got the name of the class, you've got the start and end date, you've got your instructors. What I typically do is I go ahead and publish now. You can save it as a draft, and that will mean it's going to be listed in your Canvas, and this is Canvas, by the way. Now, it's a cut down version of Canvas. It doesn't have all the features of Canvas, but it has a lot of them. But you could save it as a draft and then publish it later. I typically just publish it now. That way I don't have to worry about making the mistake of forgetting to publish it, which I always do. It takes a little bit for the course to be created, and it's going to populate the course with the materials. And I will tell you, when you first get the course created, if you immediately jump into it, so I'm sitting here right now and I'm looking at the courses created. If I click Launch Course, and it takes me out, redirects me out, and does the single sign-on and authentication. In some of the courses, it would take a little bit for this to be actually propagated or to be placed into the course. But you'll see now, I've actually got all of the different parts of the Programming Essentials with Python. So we've got our 6 modules, we've got our tests for each one, we've got the information about how to become PCAP certified, and all of that is inside of it. So at this point, you have created the course, and you will be able to add students. I'm going to create a different video to show you how to add students to your courses. This was a short video on how to create the Programming Essentials with Python course necessary to teach inside North Carolina DPI classes.